Hello everybody, once again, it's Genie the Wizard and I'm back on here once again for a quick little message before I go into work today and doing some, I got some tools. I got the Astro Dice, of course, my own classic Oracle deck that I created for myself that I used in the last video that I'm excited to use again. My first ever tarot deck, classic tarot. And then the Oracle deck that I'm using today I felt drawn to was the Moonology that I mentioned in the last video. This is a very popular deck, but a very good one. Love this one, full of all the moon cards and all the zodiac references and also the statements at the bottom, which is mainly what I'm using them for affirmations at the end. So I think we're just gonna get right into it. When I was shuffling, I did see that Six of Cups card again, and I just have to mention it that in all these videos that I've done, and I'm spacing these out like weeks, months apart, honestly, when I'm filming, it keeps popping out, which is weird, and I keep shuffling it, even like in the midst of shuffling. But another card I got was Two of Pentacles. I don't usually see that one much, but that's basically like juggling, work-life balance, materials, things that you have a grasp on, juggling, sort of like managing also. But it did come up kind of sideways, so maybe that's kind of the vibe. Also, I was looking at the crystals, because every time that I pull out my cards, I have my crystal collection here. Maybe I'll just show you. I have like literal bags filled with just crystals that I would love to just show you one day my collection and display them to you. But the ones that I was drawn to today that were just sticking out the bag to me was this one, possibly the most flamboyant crystal I have, which is the bismuth, which is actually an element on the periodic table. I believe number 82 or something, like 81. It's one of those 80 numbers in the periodic elements, but it's very lovely. I think it's a man-made crystal though, but it's a crystal. It's like rainbowy, metallic, and it's really beautiful. And I believe that they use it in Pepto-Bismol too, so it's like almost medicinal if used, I guess, derived in the right way. It's like a metal, so it's like a very useful, colorful, flamboyant metal. But also, I was noticing this peach moonstone, and it has kind of these little agate stripes. So it's almost sort of again, that balance, because it's giving Gemini, but also fun, orange chakra, sacral chakra energy, childlike fun, becoming more inspired, balancing that work-life balance to kind of find more of that in your life, maybe, is the message that I'm already just kind of getting before I even pull any divination, just kind of from my mind. So yeah, let's see what we get here with the Astro Dice and see what the message is for y'all today. Aquarius, third house, Venus. Oh yeah, Venus and Aquarius in the third house. Something new, something intellectual, wanting to attract more of it in your life. Venus is the magnet, so it either attracts or repels. So again, with kind of that push and pull, when do I attract, when do I go for it? And Aquarius, it's being inventive, something new to you, thinking outside the box. And the third house, it has to do with the way you're thinking. This is what's on your mind right now, about the way you're talking to yourself, your brain food, what you're looking at on social media, the things that you look in your bedroom on the walls every day. Maybe with third house and Aquarius and with Venus, Venus third house, that's a really big sign to, I would totally if you don't have Pinterest, get one, or if you're not into social media or the internet, make a mood board or a scrapbook, because you want to give yourself more brain food, more good pictures, thoughts, intellects. Aquarius, something new, something inventive, but something that's you, that's still true to you, something that takes you almost kind of out of this world and kind of a dream state, but to your own personal future. So it's giving very mood board, very but something that's going to spark your mind to be inventive, about your goals, dreams, ambitions. But basically, at the end of the day, it's sort of the energy I'm kind of getting off is how are you talking to yourself? How are you sweetening that up? Finding the new kind of burst that keeps you going. So it could be changing your phone wall screen background. I was talking about that in the last video, or making a new Pinterest board, re-upping it, or looking up some inspirational quotes and affirmations, or it could be even listening to that as you go to sleep. I do that a lot too, listen to a lot of ASMR, affirmations, and stuff of that sort. Third house, it's giving very speaking, the thoughts, the things that go into your mind. And with Aquarius, it's outside of the box. So something new to you, but what are you valuing? What you value when it comes to your brain food? So it could be like posting some new affirmations in your bedroom and making it look pretty, adding a little more color, but it's more so words, not just pretty colors and stuff. It's like words, something that's going to spark that intellect that makes you going right, because the thoughts lead to actions, which leads to reality, which helps you manifest your life. So that's sort of the vibe we're going on so far. So we're going to see, please, Spirit, what tarot cards we can get to best describe this energy and deliver the message to this collective with love and light, and I ask that my angels be here with me and help me deliver this positive message, so that we can know what we need to know today for whoever is watching this video at this time. Oh, wow. Knight of Wands sideways. Oh, very interesting. So everything came up reversed except for the only major arcana card that I got, which was the Fool upright in the very center. Surrounding it, I did say we have Knight of Wands reversed. We also have Knight of Swords, King of Cups, Four of Pentacles, Six of Swords. Yeah, definitely something new to you. I'm hearing breaking a boundary that you've never broken before. Breaking a boundary with yourself that you've never broken before. To kind of break outside of that box. With that Four of Pentacles reversed, really, because he's literally sitting on a box. It looks like he's sitting on like a chest filled with his money. So imagine this, if this isn't your actual physical money with third house intellect, it's giving intellect. Like your either spiritual knowledge or like your wisdom knowledge. What you do for work, maybe it requires knowledge. There's something very valuable. Your knowledge is very valuable. And the box that you keep it in is also, it's concerning the box that you keep it in, sitting on that box. Breaking out of that box. Or, because it's your knowledge, maybe moving it into a bigger box. Maybe your knowledge is expanding. Maybe you need to move it into a bigger box. Oh, that's interesting. King of Cups, yeah. There's a lot of, I can definitely sense with just the Knight of Swords, Knight of Wands, King of Cups reversed. There's a lot of wacky, like, triggering energy lately. You know what it's giving? It's giving, like, social media is triggering you with that third house. Or whoever you're interacting with or talking to on the daily, coworkers, neighbors, people on the way to work, the person you talk to at the corner store, whoever you shoot the shit with, even if it's yourself, whoever you're chatting with on social media, whatever you look at, your daily news feed, whether it's actual people or it's things on the internet, something here, it's like, that definitely that Knight of Swords signifies that. With King of Cups, that's signifying emotional, it's like your ability to keep it together. To hold it together, and you're starting to feel that like break. So it's almost like, wow, this box needs something bigger. Like, I need something bigger. Six of Swords reversed. Moving away from things that just don't serve you would be that card. Peacefulness, moving towards peace, calmer waters. Knight of Wands signifies that it's definitely something. How do I put this? It's like there's a certain drive here, that's almost like beyond, like it's almost like a zest for life, especially with that Fool card here, because we got this Fool upright and it's just sitting right in the middle of everything. This is something that, because it's about taking a leap of faith. You're on the cliff. You maybe see that there's a sun shining. He's standing at the very top of the cliff, but he has his head up. He's not really looking down at the cliff. He's not worrying about jumping off. He's kind of just like taking that leap of faith, ready to go. And the dog's here with him, and the butterfly's there with him, and he's carrying light. He's carrying light. He's not carrying a lot. He's carrying light. That's a message for somebody. Someone here is carrying a bit too much, and by checking in with your mind, what you value with your mind, because your brain capacity can only hold so much. you need to declutter your mind, declutter your either phone library or your Google Photos or your you don't maybe actually have to do that, but maybe sort of like a spiritual like kind of declutter or something like that of the sort. Definitely cleansing would be needed. Get some selenite, babe. Get some selenite. And just have a little selenite palm stone with you, and just rub it whenever you feel a lot of like interference or a lot of like overstimulation, and then rub it a little bit, kind of shower it away, wash it away, and then get back into the game, get back into it, you know. Whoever that's for, because it's like you are protected on this journey with that Fool card, because the Fool ain't no fool. He has to be a fool. We're all a fool at some point. You have to be the fool at the beginning of your journey because you don't know what's ahead of you. But the Fool is the fool because he has to be. Has to have that zest for life, that willingness to leap, but that purity. He's holding a white flower. The butterflies, everything's shining on him. There's exposure. There's nothing hidden. There's nothing to be afraid of. There's no fear in love. I believe that's like a psalm, or it's like a prayer, something. I don't really study the Bible, but I know that there's no fear in love. That's something that like is a Christian quote or something like that. And I think that really has to deal with like someone being afraid to kind of break open the box or let open the box, or see what's on the other side. Something inventive, something new, exploratory. I just heard. Let's see what my cards have to say. I didn't really give them too good of a shuffle, but let's just hope that I shuffle them good enough so we can get however many cards we need to hear from my own personal deck that could give us a useful message, please, Spirit. Let's see here. One already did come out. I'm just trying to see if I can get maybe a little more. That one wants to come out, and so does she. And I'll take these two as well. Alright. First card. Pluto in Aries seeks independence and autonomy. And with the Pluto, it's a big transformation. Something that maybe you did see coming, or maybe, but it's more so, it's something that's going to be a complete change. But when it comes to you, knowing yourself, respecting yourself, going for things that you truly want, autonomy, choosing for yourself, things that are more in alignment. I feel like whoever's watching this here, within the next like 6 months, you're going to create more opportunities for yourself that really are it's going to open your world, bring yourself to meet new people, new places, to where you can actually start to see, like your third eye is going to start opening, your spiritual eye is going to start opening, like, oh, I can do things this way. I can go about things this way, and I can do it because no one's going to tell me no, but no one's going to tell me yes either. So I have to do it, but I can. Yes, you can, babe. So go for it. Okay? Get your life. 12th house, your subconscious, your past, the unknown. Privacy, past karma, skeletons in your closet, the results of the life we choose. So 12th house energy here. Something, again, you can't really see it coming. It's kind of hidden. But when you do that deep dive, and you can only do it your way, no one else, again, like what I just said right here, no one else can tell you how to do it but you. When you start to do that little by little, whether it is if you're a fan of therapy, if you do feel like you need a therapist, or just talking it out, or doing your own inner work, starting with what works for you because you know what works best for you. I feel like you know your own set of morals and principles best. So by being in alignment with your values and the way that you know your mind works, that's going to best get to the change you seek ultimately. Pluto and Capricorn, or the 10th house, seeking achievement through consolidation. Yeah, definitely something that's building your life here. Definitely with that 10th house energy. Pluto, it's definitely something breaking away, some sort of thought that it had to be this way, but it doesn't have to. It can be a lot easier. Mars and Sagittarius, or the ninth house, exploring energy. That's this Knight of Wands here. I keep looking at him. It's this Sagittarius, the Fool, too. Zest for life. I keep wanting to say that. There's this energy here. With Mars here, there's this fiery, like you want to go, but also not just in the physical, but with your mind too. Because I feel like someone here is starting to see things, or there's some things happening in your life that like have never happened before, and it's starting to be like, what the fuck, you know? So now you're kind of thinking about it. So you're like, do I create these new philosophies for myself that are gonna take me to higher, better places, bigger, better places? That's sort of what's going on for you. Last card, what do we got here? Mars and Gemini in third house, lively energy. Get excited, get optimistic. Get excited, get optimistic. Sagittarius, Mars and Gemini and Mars and Sagittarius, they are polarities. These are polarities. This is the knowledge and the information polarity of the zodiac. So Gemini learns, Sagittarius teaches. Learning and then teaching, being your own learner and teacher in life. Going after it with that Pluto and Aries, like going after it. Neptune's in Aries right now, so is Saturn. Someone here, there's a lot of things that they don't know that aren't maybe clear with that 12th house energy. That's very interesting. You're just breaking away a lot of things that maybe you kind of could felt bubbling on the surface, like, oh, maybe one day this is gonna have to happen, and now it's probably happening. But the good thing is, you're in very good hands, and you're getting your priorities straight. You're getting your values straight. Mentally. You're setting yourself up for success mentally. By being able to know yourself better, to better learn and better teach yourself, taking that leap of faith for yourself, because you know your skeletons in your closet best. You know your shadow side best. So whenever you are, because inevitably you're gonna have to break this box, but I have a feeling it's because you've grown too big for a situation. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing. You're moving on to somewhere that's going to be able to help you be like, oh, I can see the other side now. They're trying to keep me in this little box and keep me like down here when I could achieve more. And yeah, I'm going to have to step it up a bit, but now that I know I can do it, why wouldn't I? Someone here is going to grow so much more emotionally in like the next 1 to 3 months. Like, you're going to impress yourself with the being able to just live for you. Live for you. Act for you. And I think I should leave it there. Was there another tool I was going to use? I feel like no. Close it off with some. Oh yes, the Moonology deck. Let's close it off with some affirmations. What do we got, Spirit? Right here. Balance spirituality and practicality. The end of a tough cycle approaches, and communication is key. Communication is key. Thoughts, thinking to yourself. What thoughts do you receive from others? What is the source? Validate that source. Judge that source. What do you call it? Corroboration is needed. Checks and balances. The legitimacy of a source. That's what I'm getting. Wow. So whoever that's for, but the end of a tough cycle approaches, balancing spirituality and practicality. That was that Two of the Pentacles at the very beginning. You're just bringing all of that beautiful, ambitious, joyful, bubbly, just magical energy that's inside of you. Whatever you want to be, you can be. And you're finding a way to communicate that, translate that from inside to bring it outside to your reality. Wow. Communication is key though. So start with you, the way you're talking to yourself, and be mindful of what information you're taking in. So, again, with that brain food, the posters on your wall, the affirmations you're listening to as you sleep, and also your social media feeds, re upping your Pinterest mood board, and getting inspired. And yeah, exciting things are coming your way. So I hope you like this message, and I hope that whatever call out here resonated. And please like, comment, share, and subscribe, hype, or let me know what you thought. I always appreciate it. And I can't wait to see you here again for more videos. And until next time, I'm Genie the Wizard, and I'll see you here for another quick message. And I don't really have an outro or intro, but yeah. I'll just film more videos whenever I feel like it. Okay, bye guys.